May not be March anymore, but the madness continues tonight in the women's NCAA tournament, and we couldn't ask for more star power with these four All-Americans in action. For Iowa, Caitlin Clark is the nation's best scorer and best facilitator, but LSU's Angel Reese has racked up 15 straight double-doubles. Juju Watkins has scored the most points as a freshman, yes, even more than Clark, in NCAA history. But Paige Beckers, is more efficient, shooting 52% from the field in the tournament. As we welcome our women's basketball writer, Dano Mataya, back to the show, I can hardly contain my excitement. We have the game that we've all been waiting for, and that's LSU and Iowa, last year's finalists, back at it again, but this time in the Elite Eight. What a treat. But how much does the rematch angle play into what to expect for this game?
Oh, I think it does play, at least in terms of tension. Like the last 2 days here in Albany has felt like a week. It's all anyone can talk about. It's all anyone can ask. You see every promo, you see all the Angel waving her hand. So I think mentally it's definitely weighing on the players for sure. But still, these are two completely different teams. I think with LSU, Flau'jae is playing at a completely different level. Flau'jae Johnson, for people who don't know her full name, has been an absolute monster. It was key in that game against UCLA, hitting tough shots down the stretch, blocking 6'7" Lauren Betts. And then with Iowa, Hannah Stolke played, I think, a minute in last year's matchup, and that's their starting, they're starting big. He's only 6'2", so it's going to be tough. They're running a 4-guard set. McKenna Warnock is not here anymore. She at least had some size at 6'1" last year. So you're going to see either Kate Martin or Sydney Olfalter on, your Big East girl, Nisa Morrow, who is one of the best rebounders in the country. Its size is huge. So two different teams, but still the mental edge is there.
Okay, so now you're picking this game. What is it coming down to?
For me, it's rebounding and size. I think Iowa is 28-1 when holding opponents under 40 rebounds. And on the flip side, LSU is 27-1 when getting above 40 rebounds. And LSU averages 40 rebounds a game. Iowa really needs to crash the glass, has to keep those bigs off the boards, and the guards rebound really well also. So couple that up with the size. For me, I got to take LSU. I think it's the right play. As long as Angel Reese and Anissa Moore stay out of foul trouble, I think LSU can handle Iowa, make things really frustrating for them on the offensive end with their defensive pressure.
So I think you make a great case, but I'm going to go the flip side here. And I'm going to stick with the intuition that I had when I was filling out my bracket when I picked Iowa to advance over LSU. I understand that Iowa is overvalued right now, but that's why I'm going to sweeten this a little bit and take Caitlin Clark to score 30 plus and Iowa to win at around plus 172 odds. The reason I think that Iowa can win is last year's title game was just, I think, such a completely drastically different game script than what we could see tonight. LSU shot 65% from the three-point line in that game. And I understand a lot of the players are different, but the three-point shooting still is advantage Iowa. They're 9th in the country, LSU 98th. And I think if this is going to happen and Iowa's going to pull it off, it's going to have to be because Caitlin Clark is special. It's really not that crazy to expect her to score 30, given that's lower than her season average and right around what she's averaging for the tournament. They're still going to need a lot of help. They're still going to need those other players, Falter and Martin and Marshall, to knock down threes. But even though it's advantage LSU on the inside, I'm going to hope that the variance is on Iowa's side from the three-point line and it's advantage them from the perimeter.
It's a great case. The public loves Iowa too. Who doesn't love Iowa? And a lot of those players who made threes for LSU in the last game are not there anymore. Jasmine Carson had 0 points in 3 games leading up to the national championship and had 5 threes in the first half. So I just think LSU is going to win a different way this time.
I think you're more than fair in that thinking, but let's have a little fun with it.
Love
And
it.
I'm just so excited for this game. But we still have one other game to talk about. And let's not underestimate the excitement level in this one either with Yukon and USC. We already talked about two of the best players in the country, Juju Watkins for USC, Paige Beckers for Yukon. The problem is for Yukon, they don't have a lot of other bodies. So can they keep up with USC given the depth situation?
I mean, that really is the thesis of this game for me. I mean, you saw it with the Duke game, because Aaliyah Edwards picked up 4 fouls, and you have Ice Brady comes in who, I mean, granted, I thought she had some confidence building from the Big East tournament, but really doesn't give you much offensively, and then defensively is kind of just there. I'm not saying that UConn's defense isn't incredible, but they gave up a 22-point lead and a backdoor cover for Duke in that last game. USC is a different animal. Juju is #1 in the country in free throw attempts per game. She is going to get to the line a lot. She's got great instincts and knows how to use her body and extremely crafty. And they got size all over the place. Really outside of Caleb Padilla and backup guard Caleb Williams, everybody you're looking at is pretty much over 6 feet tall. So it's going to be tough for them. And to me, as a 1 seed, getting 3.5 points when you have 6 available bodies on the other side of the court, I have to take USC plus 3.5.
I just have to say I'm in complete agreement with you, even though I believe in the Huskies' ability to grind out and pull out a win. I don't believe that they should be favored in this matchup. I just don't. When you have the, like you said, it's 6 players essentially that they're playing, and the person off the bench sadly is a bit of a drop off with, going from Aaliyah Edwards to Ice Brady. So I'm 100% with you on this. USC plus 3.5, I believe, is the right side. But Dano, this is going to be incredible. Thank you so much for joining
Forward to
us,
it.
and we'll talk again before the Final Four.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Looking forward to it.